All right, this next question I want to cover is the major mistakes that I see being made with kettlebells. All right, so the first one is getting the weight too far forward on your toes. I see this a lot with people that are brand new to kettlebells, and what you want to focus on doing is always keeping your weight in your heels. What I like to say is keep your heels glued to the ground. All right, this is going to do a couple different things for you. Obviously, keep your weight back where we want our weight, and then also help you load up your hamstrings and glutes, because that's what we're trying to load up on our different movements. So specifically on our cleans, our snatches, our swings, all those different movements like that. So the mistake I see made, like I mentioned, is people getting up onto their toes. So I'll just demonstrate with a swing. So we start off here, boom, and then people pop up onto their toes. And actually, you don't want that to happen, because when that happens, that weight shifts forward, we release tension on our glutes and hamstrings, then we're going to have tension on our lower back where we don't want it. All right, so instead, keep your heels glued, boom, snap through, drive through your heels. Now we're a lot more explosive with our hips. So that's one of the biggest mistakes I'm seeing right there. Second mistake is people try to muscle their movements too much. So specifically with snatches, cleans, swings. All right, so instead of using power and finesse with the hips, people try to muscle it with their upper body too much. All right, be a little bit more patient. Let your hips do the brunt of the work, and then your upper body can take over. So for things like with snatches and presses, make sure the hips are moving the bell and not your upper body. So let me demonstrate again with the front, with the Russian swing. A big mistake I see being made is people come here, they snap with the hips, but they pick up the kettlebell. They don't let their hips do the work. All right, so that's a big mistake. You should be loose up top to a point. You still want to have active shoulders, so we're still tight with the upper body. We don't want to round forward, but at the same time, we don't want so much tension that we're actually picking up the kettlebell. All right, so those are a couple of biggest mistakes I see people making when it comes to kettlebell swings, or just kettlebell movements in general. So keep your weight back in the heels, stay tight, but don't muscle your movements. Use your hips to explode and move the kettlebell.